Sorry, the ratio of cows to chickens at McDonald's farm is 2 cows to 7 chickens. So I'm just writing those words in that they gave me. They said cows to chickens, so that means cows first, chickens next. Which farms have a greater ratio of cows to chicken than Old McDonald's farm? Select all that apply. So first of all, to have a greater ratio means like it's a 2 to 7 ratio right now. If it was a 1 to 7, that's not greater. That means we have less cows for every chicken. So we need something that would be 3 to 7, 4 to 7, whatever. It needs to be more cows for every 7 chickens to be a greater ratio. So what we notice though is none of these are a direct relationship to this one in the sense of we're not comparing them to 7 chickens. We got 5 chickens here, 9 chickens here, 5 chickens here, 8 chickens here, and then 3 chickens. So how can I compare if the base number that we're comparing to, the chickens rate, is not the same? So we're going to have to convert these. The only one we really can compare right now is this one right here. This one is going to be less. In order for them to have 2 cows, this Pasture's Farm, they get 2 cows for every 9 chickens. So that's a lower ratio. We've got a 2 to 9 because this number is so much higher that it's not so much higher, but it's higher than 7, that they're going to have a smaller amount of cows. So this one does not have a greater ratio. We could cancel that one out. The rest, we're not quite there yet to be able to cancel it out, so we need to compare them to the same amount. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 to 5 and we're going to compare that to our 2 to 7. In order to do that, we need to get this last number to be the same amount. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 7 and 5 times 7. And the reason I'm doing this is 5 times 7 will give me a 35. And then I can over here, I can increase this and expand it to a population of 5. Or expand it by 5 as well. So 7 times 5 is 35. So then I've got a base, I've got a denominator or that is going to be the same. So 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times, we're multiplying by 7 here, is 21. So obviously this one is going to be a lot bigger. There's going to be 21 more cows relative to the chickens. So it's larger than our 2 to 7 or 10 to 35. So this one is good. I'm going to move this same concept to this Cluck and Mow farm. It's a 1 cow to every 5 chickens. So with that 5, we multiplied by 7. So I'm going to multiply this times 7, which means I'm going to take this one and multiply it by 7. So 1 times 7 is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. So then this one is not bigger. The number 10 is larger than the number 7, so they do not have a larger ratio. Okay. Now we can look and move on to this 3 chickens. And what we're looking at here, we're comparing a 2 to 7 ratio to a 1 to 3 ratio. And we got to find a common denominator again. In order to do that, I'm just going to multiply this times 3, and I'm going to come over to this side and multiply by 7. So a lot of times, I don't really think too much on these numbers. I just use the last number of 7. I use that last number of 7 and multiply it on the other one. I use that last number of 3 and multiply it on its opposite, right? So when you do that, then you get a common number because 3 times 7 is 21, and then 7 times 3 is 21. So we got that denominator the same. So over here, multiply by 7, you get 7. Over here, multiply by 3, and you get 6. So is this one bigger than our 2 to 7? Yes, 7's bigger than 6, so this one works. Okay, I'm going to erase a little bit, but we got a little bit more work to do on our 3 to 8 cows relative to our 2 to 7 cows. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to multiply by 7. Over here, we'll multiply by 8.